Welcome to Threat Hunters. It's reported that Asia Pacific is the most cyber attack region in the world. In this series, we uncover why, from emerging threats to the defences businesses are deploying. In episode 1, we began in Singapore, meeting security leaders, SOC managers and technology providers like Cisco to investigate why Asia Pacific is such a target, the types of attacks and how organisations are fighting back. For episode 2, I've travelled from Singapore to Kuala Lumpur to head into the heart of the action, the Security Operations Centre. In this episode, we'll speak directly with the SOC analysts to understand their techniques fighting cyber battles, the technologies that give them the advantage, and the playbooks that accelerate them, and how all of this works together. Kuala Lumpur has become a cybersecurity target largely due to its strategic importance and digital infrastructure vulnerabilities. As a regional digital hub, the city hosts critical infrastructure, including transportation, financial systems and enterprise IT centres that are attractive to threat actors seeking high-value targets. The recent ransomware attack on Kuala Lumpur International Airport in March 2025 exemplifies this vulnerability. Hackers recently demanded a $10 million ransom after breaching Malaysia Airport's holding systems, disrupting flight information, displays, check-in counters, and baggage handling. After leaving the airport, I'm headed straight to the Logicalis office to meet CEO Win Lee. With over 8 years leading the Asia team, Win brings deep expertise across many industries and regions, and has extensive knowledge of the challenges organisations face with cybersecurity.
If you look at the kinds of businesses that have really grown within Asia, business process outsourcing is a big business in Asia, right? Which means there's a tremendous amount of remote delivery and remote work that's happening between these countries and the rest of the world. Now, when that happens, you're going to have a situation where your attack surface is suddenly exponentially increased. And all you need, right, as the saying goes, is just one weak part of the chain, right? And that's all it takes to find a way to penetrate through the defenses.
With threat actors constantly evolving, I asked Win, what's the single most important thing organisations should do to stay protected?
Threat actors can be probing for weaknesses 24/7, right? All through the various ports and all through the various vulnerabilities that are known, right? What's important is that customers shift from a reactive to a proactive security stance or security posture. What that means is that they need to be constantly and monitoring for potential security events 24/7, right? Because threat actors don't just operate during office hours. Right?
Earlier this year, Logicalis released its 10th annual CIO report, surveying over 1,000 CIOs globally on security and AI. The findings reveal a troubling paradox. Despite rising investment, breaches persist, and many organisations are overwhelmed by underutilised tools. While in Kuala Lumpur, I spoke with CEO Bob Balkowski about the findings.
We surveyed over 1,000 global CIOs on a variety of topics. And in the area of cybersecurity, we're able to slice the results by region. The report tells us that CIOs are spending record levels on cybersecurity solutions, typically point solutions, and they don't feel that they've got a huge amount of comfort from a holistic perspective when they look at their overall IT environment, that they are totally secure. In Asia Pacific specifically, over 90% of respondents told us that they'd had at least one attack in the last 12 months, and 53% of respondents told us that they'd had multiple attacks in the last 12 months. But then we compared that to the global average, and what we found, the global average, was that 43% of respondents had said they suffered multiple attacks in the last 12 months, which shows that Asia Pacific has a 10% differential compared to the rest of the world.
So the statistic there, the 53% compared to the 43% globally, why do you think that is?
I think that's partly because of the level of innovation that we see in this theatre. To be honest, Ben, our clients are always trying new things, always adopting technology earlier, and seeing what works and what doesn't work. But at the same time, there's a darker side to that innovation, if you like, in that the attackers in this theatre are also innovative and trying new things first overall. And that consequence means that this theatre is, of course, subject to those attacks more early than perhaps other areas are. But the real challenge of that for Logicalis is how can we innovate to make sure that our clients are as protected as they can be? And therefore it's incumbent on us as their trusted partner, trusted advisor, to make sure that we mold the vendors' technologies and deploy them in the best possible way and make sure the adoption from our clients is as high as possible to make sure that they're as protected as they can be.
The fact of the matter is that it's very complex and expensive for many of these customers to adopt a proactive, like security monitoring team by themselves. But we can. So for Logicalis, through economies of scale, through automation, we're able to provide continuous and 24/7 security monitoring on behalf of our customers, right? So I think that alone will help us help our customers be able to proactively spot events as they're unfolding and allow us to work with them to stop it in the tracks. Yeah.
Our conversation revealed the challenges. Maintaining a SOC is expensive and complex unless you can operate at scale. It requires advanced technology, skilled analysts, integrated processors, and global threat intelligence. Kuala Lumpur Security Operations Centre is one of 4 Logicalis SOCs across the Asia-Pacific region, and I wanted to understand how this SOC operates both independently and also as a collective. We start our journey through the SOC at the Threat Intelligence Wall. This is where we see all of the critical data for the analysts so they can see at a glance how many incidents need investigation, how severe they are, so that everyone is aligned.
What this dashboard is showing is actually track intel feeds that we actually get from Cisco Talos.
Yeah.
Cisco Talos, as you know, is a track intel platform. So there are 2 colors, right? You have the red and you have the green.
Yeah.
The green will show you the malware attack happening in this region. And as you can see, these are the top malware sender. So here give us a kind of like a context whereby, okay, so where are we seeing the tracks? And as you can see here, we have a total of 1,600 order of offense. Offense means it's actually minutes.
I was curious about the process behind a P1 critical attack.
In case if any critical incidents, we initiate a war room where we call the people from this customer.
The war room is actually...
Yeah, that's the war room.
Oh, okay, over there.
Discuss the priority incidents there till the resolution happens. We discuss and the remediate.
As with this thing goes, 1 is not good.
Yeah. We always pray God that it should be 0.
Gandhi shared with me that these high severity incidents happen on average about once per year per customer. The goal of threat hunting, automation, AI and skilled analysts is to catch threats early, before they escalate to priority 1.
So it's like P1, P2, P3, P4.
Okay. So that lies up.
Yep, that good.
Not good.
Yep.
After reviewing the threat intelligence screen, I wanted to learn more about the analysts themselves, their workflows, processes and tools. Roger introduced me to one of the senior analysts who showed me how the technologies such as XDR help accelerate investigation and response times.
If any incident comes in, it will kind of pop up in their queue and they will have to go at, depending on how's assignment. Yeah. So they will pick up for the queue and do the triage and investigation. And we are detecting an unusual traffic that is going there. Is having an issue that we can straight away execute to actually go and do the automations to contain it. Over here itself, when there is something that's not normal, they already give you the observation to say that, hey, this is the one, this is the bad IP, this is something that's fishy.
Yeah.
They already zoom in for you whereby you don't even need to go and query the logs. So all the evidence is already nicely lined up for you so that you can speed up your investigation. So every step is already been mapped out. If you can generate the notes, there's also an AI capability to kind of like suggest to you how is your response going to be. And of course, the last part, we can always do the recovery. So as you can see, this is what we call a playbook.
Playbooks, step-by-step approaches, and AI-generated reports bring structure and speed to incident investigations, all of which play a vital role in containing and remediating an incident. What are we talking here? How much faster does this make the analysts in the SOC?
So it gives you the complete visibility of an incident, and it gives more visibility for the SOC analyst to quickly, take an action on those incidents.
So it's clear. Technology, software can be purchased quite easily. However, recruiting and retaining cyber talent is the real challenge. From my experience, I know that finding and retaining skilled threat hunters is often the missing link in building an effective SOC or maintaining an effective in-house security team. I asked Roger how Logicalis tackles this.
So a lot of our analysts, we actually enroll them through internship programs, some internship program, and then from there, then they continue to become a full-time cyber, just like us.
Reflecting on my time in the SOC and the conversations over the last few days with Roger, Huey and Win, it's clear that SOC capability is more critical than ever as businesses face growing complexity and escalating attacks. Reflecting on today's events, I've gained a deeper understanding of the pressures facing Asia-Pacific businesses. From expanding digital footprints and rising attacks to the challenge of choosing the right defence solutions. Visiting the SOC was inspiring. The blend of technology, human expertise, and streamlined processes showed how organisations can accelerate response and improve impact. Yet sustaining such operations remains difficult, especially with the ongoing cyber talent shortage. Join me in episode 3 as I conclude my journey through Asia and explore the future of cybersecurity and how organisations can strengthen their defences.